Yo guys, what is going on? It's Lukey here and welcome back to another video. In this video, I'm going to be teaching you guys how I got every single weapon on Warzone to maximum level. I started a brand new account just to mess around on and experiment with a bunch of different weapons, attachments and stuff like that. I didn't want to use my main account for it, so I made a new account, and on this new account I have now gotten every single weapon to maximum level. And it only took me around about 1.5 weeks to complete every single weapon and get every single weapon to maximum level. So if you guys want to know how to level up your weapons as fast as possible, these tips are coming from someone who has done it themselves just on Warzone in under 2 weeks. So I do recommend you guys watching the whole video. There will be timestamps down below. Without further ado, if you guys enjoy, subscribe for more content like this. I would much appreciate it. We're trying to hit 100k this year. I don't know if it could happen, but hey, it's worth a shot. So the first thing I want to talk about is the thing that I started to do at the very beginning, and I thought it was the best method, but after doing this for a couple of hours, I found out it wasn't as good as everyone thinks it is. Now, it used to be the best method, but in my opinion, it is no longer the best method. If you watch any YouTube video at the moment, everyone tells you to do the same thing, and that is supply run contracts. Now, the reason this is so bad is because literally everyone in the lobby is going to be doing the same thing. Everyone in the lobby, the first thing they do is get a chopper, get a vehicle, and they try and do as many supply run contracts as possible. And by the time you've done about 3 or 4 of these in a game, there's not going to be any more left on the map. As you guys can see, this was only about 3 supply run contracts into the game, and the map is pretty much empty. The map pretty much has no supply run contracts left. There are a few scattered around the map, but by the time I got to those supply run contracts, they were already taken by another person. And that is the reason why supply run contracts, that method is kind of outdated. However, when I was checking the map, there is something I noticed, and that was there is a lot of recon contracts. No one does recon contracts, and I started to experiment. I thought, what if I do a bunch of recon contracts instead? And this was when I really started to see a massive increase in how much XP I was getting every single hour, every single day, etc, etc. And my progression was really starting to speed up because no one else was doing this. I was the only person in the game doing this, and therefore I could do as many recon contracts as I wanted. I could do it all game long, and there would probably still be a lot left at the end. Also, another thing about recon contracts is when you do grab a recon contract, they only spawn around about 200 meters away from you, which doesn't take you very long to get to. However, with a supply run contract, they pretty much spawn around about 500 to 700, maybe even 1,000 meters away from you. They can spawn the other side of the map, which is very frustrating because you have to travel all the way there. But with recon contracts, they usually spawn around about 200 meters away from you, and it only takes you a couple seconds to get to that destination. As you can see, this one is only 200 meters away from me. I can easily run there in a few seconds and start doing the contract. But with a supply run contract, they usually spawn around about 700 meters away, and this is going to take you a very long time to get to, especially if at the beginning of the game there's no choppers left. A lot of people at the beginning of the game, they go for a chopper and they get supply run contracts. And because every single person does it, there's no choppers left, and if you're trying to do the supply run contract method, you're pretty much left with having to use a quad bike or some other vehicle, and this can be pretty slow, especially when they spawn so far away. But with recon contracts, it doesn't matter if you can't get a chopper. If you can get a quad bike, if you can get a rover, whatever you guys can get, any vehicle is going to be good because they spawn very, very close. Even if you guys want to, you could even run from recon to recon. I was doing that at some point. I had to run in between about 3 different recons, but I didn't mind because they all spawned very, very close to me. Now, very quick, I would like to quickly talk about a very good tip that is literally going to change this so much. It's going to speed things up by literally 10 times the amount, and trust me, it works incredibly well. The tip is, if you are doing the recon method, do it with a team. Do it with a team. Whenever you have more people on the recon contract, the faster it's actually going to get completed. So the more people you have, the faster you're going to be able to complete these challenges, and the faster you're going to be getting XP, and also the more you can do every single game. If you do it solo, it's still a very good method, but if you have a team, do it with a team. If you guys don't have a team, join my Discord or ask in the comments. There is a link to my Discord in the description, and I'm sure you guys can find some people in there who are willing to do this method with. Another method that I try to do quite often was the train method. Now, in my opinion, I don't think the train method is good. So if you guys don't know, the train method is basically, on the train, you get unlimited recons. The recons will spawn over and over again, and it's a very good way to get XP, but it's also not a very good way to get XP anymore because, like I said, very similar to the supplier on contract, everyone is already doing it. So because everyone is already doing it, you have to be the first one there, and if you aren't the first one there, you're gonna basically be wasting your time. As you can see, I'm on the train now. I got to the train, I tried to kill everyone off the train, and when I got there, another team was already halfway through the recon contract, and now the only way for me to do one is to wait until theirs goes. But as you can see, it's just gonna sit there now until theirs expires. So honestly, I wouldn't recommend you guys doing the train method because it's honestly just luck. You need to be the first people there to do it, and also if you do the train method solo, it's very difficult because usually there's a lot of teams who like to sit on the train all game, and it's very hard to hold off those teams if you are on yourself. So the only way I would recommend doing the train method is if you are in a team and if you can be the first people to get there, because if you aren't the first people to get there, other teams are already going to be doing it, and if you do kill them off the train and then you get the train to yourself, you have to wait for their recon to expire for you to actually do it, which is, it can take a very long time. Now, the final method that I used to do every now and then, if I got a little bit bored, I would simply head over to Superstore, head over to Storage Town, and I would start to just kill a bunch of people in Storage Town or Superstore. These two locations are the best locations if you guys are looking to get some kills with some weapons. So yeah, that is the final method that I used to use. Hopefully this video helped you guys out. I tried to talk about as much information as I possibly could. All of these methods I've been doing have worked very well. Doing these all together, like I said, the best one to do in my opinion is the recon contract, and then whenever I got bored, I would go to Storage Town and I would basically just roll around there, killing a bunch of people, and it'd be pretty fun. Another thing as well, make sure to use your double XP tokens if you guys do have those. It will speed things up a lot. But thank you for watching, subscribe for more, and if you got to the end of the video, comment down below chicken nuggets. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.